follow me down, head into the unknown, down the rabbit hole. Where it stops, no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Good day, everybody. How is everyone today? Harley is in the house. He's over by the door, but he's in the house for a change. I don't know what's up. It's pretty warm outside today, so he's probably too hot to be outside. Hopefully he'll come this way. He's just sitting there panting by the door, but he knows he has his fan club, so thanks everybody for coming to see Harley. And something Melissa and I, she's 11 watch hours away from her goal. So if you stay on her stream, if you're bouncing back and forth, please stay on her stream for like at least 3 minutes, okay? And then you can come back here and then go back there, whatever. But if you're going to go there, try to stick it out for 3 minutes because that's a legitimate view. And she only needs 11. So how are you feeling, Melissa? A lot of people are asking.
I'm feeling a lot better today, as you can tell. My meds were here. I was talking to you earlier, and I was in so much pain. I was almost in tears just talking. But I've got some of the meds on board, had a breathing treatment. Let's hope it holds out for the whole life.
You sound 100 times better. I'm glad to hear that your meds showed up and that you're doing better. So, okay, I was gonna, I don't know. So the purpose of today's live is just to go through chat and do what we do here. Just, get your thoughts and talk about your comments and stuff. That's what I want to do. But I know on my thumbnail, and we're going to watch Mike's video. Very well done. Mike always comes up with some really good catches and stuff that we need to pay closer attention to. So stick around for that. We'll watch Mike MX's video here in a bit. My dryer is singing. Okay, so anyways, everybody seems to know or think that there is some kind of a rift going on between myself and Shenanigans. And I have to tell you, I don't 100% know what's going on. Where it came, I have my suspicions where it came from, how it started. But in any case, I'm curious and I would like to know. However, doing the, passive aggressive, taking shots, like shots fired during a live stream, that's not really my style. And so I would like to invite Shenanigans to come up on the panel to stream with me. She's free to stream it to her audience. And let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's air out our grievances, and then so that we can move on. That's the offer that I would like to extend. And as far as my chat that is filled with trolls or lizards, they do all respect me. And if I ask them to, keep a lid on it for that live stream, I know that they will. And so there's absolutely no reason why not. So this is, like I said, I am offering to have a face-to-face, kinda, through StreamYard, to have her come up here, tell me what the issue is, and, you know, and then I will share my side of things. And, you know, I am not offering, it's not a peace offering. I don't even know what an olive branch is, to be honest with you. It's not a peace offering. It's just a get over it and move on. That's it. So, that's all I want to say about that. And thanks, Damien. Ask her. People screen record it, I have no doubt, just like they do for me. I do not watch shenanigans. I do not have anything negative to say about her streams unless and until I get screen recordings or, you know, screenshots or, you know, copies of the transcript sent to me in screenshots where she's bringing up my name. Like yesterday, I have never asked her, pressured her, brought up having Anita on her stream. I don't know where she got it from, and just things like that. And I just, you know, enough is enough. It's time to be an adult and come on and tell me what your problem is. And if you do it on your own live stream, I will not see it. So that's all I want to say about that. Do you have any non-specific thoughts about that, Melissa?
Act like an adult, air out the problem, and then put your big girl panties on and get over it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Anyways, there's that. I didn't want to, it wasn't a cliffhanger. It's not clickbait. That's my offer. That's where it is. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. But in the meantime, hello, everybody. I'm not going to do my romper room today. I don't want to be on for too terribly long. I have a craving for some Wendy's. I'm going to go, not the burger, the fries and the Frosty. But that's what I want for supper. And then tomorrow we're making our way east to Calgary to drop Harley off at Grandma and Grandpa's. And then my granddaughter is turning 2 on the weekend. So, and that's why this offer, this invitation is for next week, you know, and not anytime soon, for like next week. So, and okay. So, there's another, I don't really want to play Ninchi, but she had a comment at the very end of her video or live stream. I don't even know what it was. But that Janie and Charmaine's attempt to mock people. And I took offense to that. Because I wasn't trying to mock anybody. I literally let Janie say what Janie wanted to say. And it's for us to go back and try to remember what she had said before and put it up against what she's saying now. And if there's discrepancies, just show it to her. That's all. If I had interrupted her and accused her of being inconsistent, that would have been the end of the interview. And so I did things the way I wanted to. And I wasn't trying to mock anybody. Anyways, but I left her a comment just letting her know. Anyways, what is this? It's rough being a fair, compassionate, empathetic, and fair personality and platform. Some days. And I think I kind of spoke to Clutch Them Pearls, who was doing a really thorough review of the Janie interview. And he was being perfectly fair. I have absolutely no problem with anything he said whatsoever. And I know that I come across as, I don't know, non-confrontational, I guess. But it's not about being non-confrontational when you're interviewing somebody who refuses to talk, right? That would be no different than Shenanigans getting Malehya up and asking all the hard questions that people have for her. I don't think that Shenanigans would do that on a live. And if she did, I don't think that Malehya would stick around, nor should she. Right? So, I mean, I would like to see an interview like that be a complete, thorough, and successful interview without it either coming to a yelling match or the guest just leaving. I don't see the benefit in doing things like that. So I don't like conflict where there should really not be. Jack and Lily are who actually matter. That's right. And as far as I'm aware, and this is where I'm at, I think that the problem with me has nothing to do with the actual case. I mean, going back and looking, I really don't think it's got anything to do with our coverage. I don't. And when I had messaged you, Damien, I had messaged Shenanigans almost the exact same message, though I didn't know if I was blocked. And that was the only reason why I sent it to you as well. And it wasn't a peace offering. It wasn't trying to get at her through her mod. It was simply to let her know that I didn't mean to hurt her or be hurtful with that list. So shooting me the finger. And again, what did I do about that? Nothing. I said a couple of little snide remarks, but like I'm doing my best, and this is like the last bit that I'll say. And if this is not something that she wants to do, she doesn't have to. She absolutely has the right to say no thank you. And but I mean, I will let everybody know what I think and where things went wrong as far as I'm concerned. So that's basically where I want to leave that, if that's okay with you guys. Was Daniel in the background? Yes. That was definitely Daniel. Full transparency, I do believe that Janie has me blocked, and it was because of all the shit that Sunny and I said back in the day. I owned it. She called me out on it. I owned it, and that was a private conversation before the live stream happened. But because she has me blocked, I had to send the link to Daniel. She had to phone me through Daniel, so that's how I know Daniel was there. Jam to the jam. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Thank you. There is respect. I have it for all parties. Shan and Daphne have gone too far many times. I don't agree with their I blocked you, but you show up in chat for drama. That's Shan and Daphne, in my opinion. Seriously. Oh, you guys. Shenanigans begged for Janie, Daniel, and Durwood to come on her channel, and now she claims she has too much integrity to have them. I don't know. Did she say that? I don't know. Thank you guys for bouncing back and forth. That's amazing. She's going to get to her goal today. Let the RCMP do their work. You shouldn't be interviewing her. It was her choice to come up. The RCMP have talked to her and said nothing about me not talking to Janie. So it's a little bit bold of you to assume that I was interviewing her as part of an investigation, because I wasn't. There's nothing she brought up that hasn't already been in the public. I don't even understand where that's coming from. But
You gave her a spot to talk, to tell her side of the story the way she sees it. So Candace Green saying that you shouldn't have interviewed her, well, she's already been interviewed by the RCMP. And like you said, nothing she said isn't anything she hasn't said before. Like, literally, her story is almost word for word what it was 10 months ago. So, like you said, it's information that's already out there. All you did was be nice, be fair, and let her tell her story. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm muted. See that, you guys? I'm learning. How long has it been? 5 months, and I'm still learning. Shanna's not home to come in. I just wanted to let you know. It wasn't for today, helicopter. I wasn't inviting her to come up today. And it's not about you. Trust me. Oh, I see. Come on. I don't want to get into it because I will get into it with her if she decides to come up. And that's where I'll talk about it. But I want to move on from that now. It's up to her if she chooses to come up. Whatever. If she doesn't, okay. It's either way. It's fine with me. Ron, please. Can we? I did speak to a few different people about some of the comments being made, and I do not support or condone any kind of bullying or slander. I want people to be able to talk freely here, but I need it to be respectful. And every single person that I talked to understood where I was coming from, so we're just going to leave it at that, okay? Anyways, I need to get rid of that. You guys are going to freak out. I want to play a couple of Monsters of Sabotage videos. I don't know about this one. I don't think I've seen it. I wonder if they've talked shit about me. Either way, I want to. You're moving on as well with my opinion in other forums. Well, I mean, I hope that doesn't mean that you're leaving my chat, because you're welcome here, Ron. But we've talked, right? You understand why I ask what I ask, and I understand why you feel how you feel. But thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate it. And I mean, you don't have to go anywhere. Not from here. Not from here. It was great to hear Janie explain in real time. I'm glad there were some that appreciated it. Some diplomacy will be nice, would be nice. You're the best out there. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it has anything to do with Jack and Lily's case. I don't. There are certain creators who think they have the real scoop. And this is where I sit, and it makes no difference to me what anybody wants to believe, what they feel, their theories, their, who they trust, who they don't. But to disparage somebody for not believing or trusting the same thing, I think is silly, because, I mean, the fact is we weren't there. And nobody can convince me otherwise. Now, I've heard recently certain things about Malehya, and I'm perfectly fine with that, but that doesn't take my questions away. I never once accused Malehya or Daniel or Janie of doing anything to disappear the kids. I wonder how it could have happened with nobody knowing. Absolutely. But my questions are all about the clear, obvious things, like where were the parents when the kids were playing outside, if they were playing outside, that, and why is it so hard to get the mom to speak to the media, mainstream media, to put anything out about her missing children? Like, those are my, and they're clear and obvious. It's not about hurting Jack and Lily. It's about the behavior since this all happened. I think what bothered me was that Daniel was laughing in the background. That again made a mockery of Jack and Lily. I explained it to you before, and I don't mean to be making excuses, but the way, and I've listened back to it, but Janie was making a joke. She was trying to make a joke about Anita attention. I need attention. Anita attention. And she kind of flopped it. And that's when we heard Daniel laughing. And like I said, the context matters. So I understand, I respect it, but this is, this is what I saw from it. That's what I took from it. I didn't take offense to it. Listening back, you can tell who relies on drama and division for AdSense and clicks, and to them I say, get a job. Oh, AdSense. Yeah, I don't, my ads go on after the live stream, but a lot of the time I'm not able to monetize anyways, because I use the bad language and stuff. So, yeah, I understand, and I appreciate your effort. I do. You are now an unbiased observer, in my opinion. Looking at evidence and not persecuting the family is an example of being non-biased. And some days, Maritzka, it is hard. It is hard. Both sides. But I wasn't there. I wish I was. I wish I could come on here and say, you guys, I know exactly what happened. I can come out here and say, I know what I think happened, but I would never do that, because you guys would take me as somebody that has extra information that you don't, that I'm just not saying, so I must know something you don't. I would never do that. Whether I do or not, I would never do that. That's not for me to tell you. That's for the RCMP. And before I watch this video, or these two videos, I want to, hey, Derwood, look, I have the same shirt as you. Mine's nicer, but it's the same shirt as Derwood. See? We're twins. Anyways. Okay. Which one do you want to watch first? Might as well go in order. 16 hours ago, and then 16 hours ago, and then there's, I don't think I've seen this one yet. But we'll watch this one, and then we'll watch that one, okay? Now, okay. Mute myself.
Yeah. Algorithm parasites, Vol 1. Yeah. You wanted attention, now you got it. Just not the way you planned. MOS. Yeah. You a cloud chasing vulture with a ring light glow, feasting on pain just to boost your show. Cut clips, twist words, fabricate the scene. Whole channel built on a smear campaign machine. Acting like detectives, you don't know a thing. Just a gossip page with a microphone bling. Sources say, yeah, sources equals you. Recycling your lies till your minions think it's true. Comment section soldiers, but they faceless and blind. All bark, no spine, just a hive mind. Facebook gangs in the private thread, plotting on a life while you lay in bed. You ain't real, you a script with a post. Every take you drop got a hidden result. But we mapped every angle, every dirty little play. Now we're pulling back curtains, broad daylight. Yeah, talk big when you're hiding online. Now we're tagging every lie, every post, every line. You built your name off the dirt you supply. Now MOS airing out everything you tried to hide. No edits, no cuts, no spin, no disguise. Just facts coming through and they poking like knives. You wanted clicks, now you got this reply. MOS puts facts in your feed, you can't algorithm hide. You monetize misery, call it awareness. Whole brand fake, there's nothing transparent. Cry on cue and laugh in the back while you count up views off a targeted attack.
Yes, I was able to speak with Anita. I spoke with her for quite a few hours, actually, and I feel that she was reliable. I can't see why she would do all of this if she wasn't. But yeah, she certainly didn't paint a very good picture of what was going on in the household, unfortunately, which is, you know, what we all expect, unfortunately. So I don't really know what to say.
You wanted clicks, now you got this reply. MOS puts facts in your feed, you can't algorithm hide. You monetize misery, call it awareness. Whole brand fake, there's nothing transparent. Cry on cue and laugh in the back while you count up views off a targeted attack. Admins play God in a digital code ban. Any voice that exposes the fault, rules for them. Rules for a fee, all allergic to truth. That's the real disease. Group chat leaks. Yeah, I seen those threads. All that venom that you conveniently never said. Public persona equal, polished and clean. Private messages, whole different scene. You ain't misunderstood, you calculated in code. Every lie that you told was a story you sold. Now the market crashing, your narrative broken. Now I'm lighting the fuse, watch the whole thing choke. Talk big when you're hiding online. Now we're tagging every lie, every post, every line. You built your name off the dirt you supplied. Now we airing out everything you tried to hide. No edits, no cuts, no spin, no disguise. Just facts coming through and they poking like knives. You wanted clicks, now you got this reply. MOS puts facts in your feed, you can't algorithm hide. No more subtweets, no more hints. We're seeing it clear, you know who this hits. Every fake ally, every two-faced grin. Every we support you with a knife tucked in. You made a career trying to bury our names. Now MOS the storm, you can't reframe. No PR spin, gonna cover this way. When the truth hits hard, no one's left to say. You picked the wrong one, yeah, you misread the file, cuz. Thought Scotia stay quiet, but we all over the buzz, cuz. But pressure make diamonds and we came back sharp, cuz. Now we be carving out truth in the dark. Cause every upload you made, yeah, we archived that. Every comment you like, yeah, we logged all that. This ain't chaos, this is organized fire. Every receipt stacks higher and higher. You built a mob, but they scatter real quick when the spotlight flips and the truth gets thick. No loyalty there, just a trend that fades. Watch them turn on you the same damn way. Yeah, yeah. Talk big when you're hiding online. MOS, tagging every lie. Post every line. You built your name off the dirt you supply. Now MOS burning down everything built on the lies. No edits, no cuts, no spin, no disguise. This truth so loud that it shatters your.
So yeah, that's a lot of information. Not gonna lie, I didn't I didn't realize they had Shenanigans voice clip in there, but it's not like I'd never heard it before. But I think they covered a lot of information in here. Same as this. Like, I also have this screenshot, Nita sending Jordan her phone number. Like, she sent Jordan her phone number. So I think that basically clears Daleen of giving Jordan her phone number so that Jordan could call and attack her. Again, I still want to hear the recordings of some of these phone calls that I am sure Jordan has, just so that we can hear how it started, how it escalated, and then the following day how he apologized and they accepted that apology. I think that is just as important as the fact that Jordan got her phone number from Anita herself. Before I go on, what did you think of the video, Melissa?
I mean, they're getting better at making videos. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's fairly common knowledge now that Chrissy is one of the members of Monsters of Sabotage, which is fine. Good job. You're definitely better than I could do, 100%. And low key, always like waiting for the next Trash Charmaine video, but it is what it is. Yeah, so anyways, Anita also has her own YouTube channel. So far, it's just free advice. Head over, check it out if that's something that you're interested in, getting advice from Anita. I don't have any comments. This is kind of, talking shit just to talk shit, but they got evicted for being late on rent and yelling about having guns. Yuck. Allegedly, during a wellness check, Anita assaulted a female officer. Wonder what that was about. Free wellness checks. You too can have officers show up at your house to interrogate you. Tell the truth and get yours for free today. www.ingridrobinson@flyingmonkeys.ca. Sponsored by a manipulative donkey. I think that's like the epitome of passive aggressive, this slide here. Is this true, you guys? I don't know. Is it true? Interesting. Why criticize what other people are doing to help find Jack and Lily? Mind your business and do your own thing. God. Fair. Very fair. I don't really want to do that. Too many people are getting hurt looking for Jack and Lily. Stop the bad mouthing. Yeah. Is Malehya really watching the Chiefs' kids, you guys? Has anybody heard that? Oh, is that true? Good to know. She's never sent one to me. Again, fair point. Does Malehya miss them? I would assume so, but what's the harm in hearing it? I don't know. Do they have a new family? And then I think all of these things here are more just asking questions about what happened to Jack and Lily. I think that it's good. Do you have anything to say about the actual content of the video, Melissa?
Oh, I think a lot of it is speculation, but isn't that what we're all doing? None of us were there, so they're speculating just like we are.
Absolutely. Like, nobody knows what happened because we weren't there. And like I said, if we did, wouldn't the world be a better place? And just looking at that last screen, that's, I think, what this is. They took it out of here and just put this, so we don't need to watch that. So, I mean, like I said, that's good. Let's hit chat for a little bit. I don't want to go too far up. Isn't it interesting? Cyndi comes out in an interview, then Anita comes out full force, then Malehya searches and comments on a YouTube video. Really interesting timing. It could be, I don't know about the rest of it, but as for Malehya chiming in Shenanigans live chat, that could have been a level of trust built while they were out searching together. And you know what I mean? I don't know that that's got any significance in timing other than they were out searching together. And I mean, the first time that we know of that Malehya took part in a search. So I don't think that timing is suspicious, but the delicate position you put yourself in with Janie by interviewing her should be praised. Thank you. We saw your balance between empathy, perspective, and you allowed Janie to answer questions freely. I didn't see any other way to do it. Like, I literally, I had put the invite out publicly that you're welcome to come on and talk on my channel. But I never, heard back or any feedback about it. Just that people were still trying to convince her that it would be a safe place to do that. So when she actually called me, I had no prior notice, nothing. And when I saw Daniel pop up on my phone that he was calling me, I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? But it wasn't Daniel, it was Janie. So, just one sec. Do you want to talk for a minute?
I guess I can. So I started a couple of comments. No idea if it's true, but if she can't watch her own children alone, I doubt she can watch someone else's. Fair point. And if I know somebody has 2 children that went missing on their watch, I don't think I would ever trust them to watch my kids. Even if they could, me as a mother, I wouldn't trust them to. Like, gotta think about that for a minute. So I started watching this case from day one, starting with Sunny, and yet here we are, almost 1 year later. What happened? There's too much hate, in my opinion, and some creators are getting threatened. Fair. Very fair. I gotta go back up here because I seen it. I think it was Cheryl posted it, but you posted that you now get the Janie joke that she was trying to make. I think it definitely flopped, for a lack of a better way to put it.
Yes, Jessie D, she did. She created a channel. Yeah. This does not help. Terrible consequences can hurt the case, in my opinion. Very uninformed and prejudicial towards the family. We want the facts, my opinion. Are you talking about the Monsters of Sabotage video, Kelly? But it's all speculation, right? And we all have the right to speculate as long as we're doing it respectfully. I didn't see any accusations in there. Maybe I'm blind, but I didn't see any straight up accusations in there. So I don't really have a problem with it, you know? Yeah. Again, it's not really about clearing the air. It's just, let me know. Let me know what the issue is. Let's just get it all on the table so we can move on. She can do her and I'll do me. That's it. What else? AI slop. You think the video is all about Daleen? How did you... What? Really? Do tell. What do you mean? This case has been driving me crazy. Every creator has different opinions, but we follow most of them together. But I don't like people targeting each other. Nobody deserves that. Yeah. You never know. She might have some good advice. Just because somebody says something doesn't mean you got to do it. Like, you don't have a follower advice. But she's asking people to leave a comment what you need help with. So I just thought maybe you guys wanted to go check it out. That's all. I meant Anita Maxwell Johnson. I do follow AJ, though. Haha. I should stop with the acronyms. I'm not putting that up, Ron. Oh. Okay, I see. I heard that on another channel. What did you hear? Anita assaulted an RCMP officer. We would know about it. I think so too, cool. I think so too. Especially locals. Like, if you guys hadn't heard anything, I'd venture to guess bullshit. Just my own personal. I like how Hemi responded. He said he wouldn't let Malehya watch his kids. Same. I don't know how they could if she's not even allowed to, see her own. I guess one child left, unsupervised, But like I said, I'm not here to talk shit about Malehya or Daniel or anybody. You know, have you checked other videos by Monsters of Sabotage? Do you not know who they are calling a donkey? Yes, I have, Helicopter Grandma. I have seen all of their videos, and their first 7 or 8 were directed at me, and I saw no one taken up for me. But like I said, I am not getting into it today. Who painted Janice? What did I miss? She was upset about Mike's live the night before and was on a revenge tour. Right. That's the only reason why she wanted to come up. She had a message to deliver to Mike. And I knew that, and I was okay with it. Mike and Anita. I did not know that she was going to give AB a piece of her mind as well. You know, but it is what it is. Okay. I see, Ron. I didn't watch. I don't know. I think the whole case is a lot more complex than we are ready to believe. Lack of information is certainly a problem. But I also think that if you look at it from the standpoint that if the RCMP, if the investigation hasn't ruled anything out, how can they possibly know what is safe to release to the public? You know what I mean? Keeping everything under wraps right now, literally just because every scenario is still on the table, right? I know there have been a couple of things more privately ruled out. I get that, but you can't come out and say that publicly without turning the public's attention. I don't know. I understand why things are going the way it is. No comment. Some of the Monsters of Sabotage message was correct, and this is exactly why I wanted to play it. Real people who are trying to help are getting hurt, and it shouldn't be that way. Thank you. That's exactly why I wanted to play it. Hear that noise? That's me running to Anita for advice, not. Come on. Hey, Johnny. Oh, just do it. Just do it for me. Go ask for advice just to see. Just figure something out that you need to get like unsolicited advice from and put it in her comments and see what she has to say. And then bring it back to me. Thank you, everybody that's watching from Melissa's stream. That's awesome. Heard rumors, and this is like, yeah. And the Monsters of Sabotage, the one thing that they seem to be good at is kind of rounding up all of the weekly rumors and putting it in a video. And this video was the least offensive that I've ever seen. So, you know. Is Janice the one in undies running around? I can't see it. Joe Neal, good to see you. That's not very nice if it was. I mean, especially with the public attention and speculation. And that's why I was like, that's why I felt it was important to let Major Crimes know where to look to hear the things that Anita was saying, because if any of it is true, even a little bit of it is true, you don't want the public knowing that stuff until they can prove it. And the only time that they can prove it is in a court of law. So I just, you know. Is it true? Do you guys know if it's true that she stopped talking now? You're going to ask her for a hairdresser? Give her the finger for me. Methinks the RCMP has more control and influence over all these chats than most realize. Maybe. When you put things in motion that were put in motion on May 1st, 2025, yes, people get hurt.
And the sad part about it is
Just a second, just a minute.
the people that are truly here for Jack and Lily and want Jack and Lily found are the ones that are being threatened or served with cease and desists, or are being attacked by other creators just because you're trying to be fair. And that ain't right. Like, I could attack other creators, and I haven't yet out of respect of this case. But I'm getting dangerously close to saying things instead of keeping them to myself. But the fact is, we're all here for Jack and Lily, no matter what side you're on, and there shouldn't be sides to begin with.
I couldn't agree more. There is no side, you know. We're all here. The only reason that we're all talking together, and don't get me wrong, I am glad that we have our community and that, you know, we've met online and we have this forum where we can talk and bounce ideas off of each other. But the only reason that we've ever met in this way is because Jack and Lily went missing. So I don't know, but this is hilarious. If anyone needs any advice on catfishing, please contact Anita. That's a good one. Enough with the games. Can someone explain to me how Malehya could not know when she was right there? Her cell record showed an 11 p.m. call on the 1st. She said she was up between 3 and 4 and saw Daniel using. She up again at 6 again. Also, can we add in there that I believe, and Seaweed can confirm this because she's my court document Rain Man, that in her statement, Malehya said that she slept all night. So how did she know? Janice is just somebody who's friends with Malehya's side of the family. She was part of the first fundraiser. I have no beef with Janice whatsoever. I've never involved myself in any of the fundraiser drama that was going on. Helicopter, when you're the focus of the first number of videos, people send it like, so I mean, I've seen all of them. So the RCMP is constantly monitoring these channels for sure. They are. I know they are. I've been told they are. Guys, I have been doing some testing on my sliding door. It is similar to the one at the trailer. That door is heavy. In my opinion, Jack and Lily would have had difficulty to open that without help. I said that right from the get. I did. However, my parents' sliding glass door, it's not in a trailer, it's in a house, but they have an older sliding glass door as well. And I'll tell you, it was so hard and heavy to open. And then Ian went out and he bought new rollers for it, and now it glides super easy. So it depends. He's sleeping behind me. You can't see him on camera, but I heard, where did we hear this from? Where did we hear it from? That, oh, it was a post that Anita has been silenced and charges are pending. That was a Facebook post. True? I don't know. Not a clue. But there is sides, whether people want to admit it or not. Not everyone has picked a side, but some have. Right. But the problem, Peace Spice, and just my opinion, Peace Spice, is that if you have an opinion and if you've chosen a side, that is your prerogative. But you cannot come at me because I don't see things the same way you do. That's anybody can believe whatever they want. I don't care. It's, I don't want to work with anybody anymore other than you guys and my mods. Like, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I don't want to do that anymore. Because I found out And I mean, I am just Shenanigans started her channel maybe a month after I split from Sunny. So we're both new, right? So we're both learning as we go. And I couldn't agree. I couldn't imagine having a channel full of moderators and not be able to talk to my moderators outside of the live chat. So I created a group. And another part was I couldn't understand, if we're all covering the same case, why can't we work together covering the same case? And we did. We all got together and we did that mega panel and we had the creators chat. But eventually you come to understand that these YouTube channels, they're here to get viewers, they're here to get subscribers, they're here to grow their communities. And I understand that. I get that. So you can't, that would be like, I don't know if you guys have Co-op and Safeway on the East Coast, but that would be like Co-op and Safeway getting together, or the Flames and the Oilers getting together. It's just, you don't want to do that with competition. So I get it. And I had, a situation a few months back where I wrongly expected my fellow creators to kind of have my back. And when they didn't, it was a wake-up call for me. What goes on in their channels is totally up to them. And it's not for me to be offended. And the same goes for me. I do what I want. I let people stay who I want to stay. And I run things the way I do. That's just the long and short of it. I'm just scrolling through chat and I'm not reading anything. I'm so sorry, you guys. Sometimes when we get too close to the source and getting in too deep can make us blind to the truth, if you know what I mean. I absolutely do. Yes, I agree. It's annoying getting ignored or comment is deleted because you mod for a channel where one person says something a creator doesn't like and you get blamed, even if it wasn't. Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, nothing I say or do should be taken out on my moderators. Just like whatever my moderators do in other channels, that doesn't land on me. I don't pay. They're not my property. They're not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to tell them how to behave elsewhere. I don't give a shit. Until someone explains to me, like I'm 5, I cannot believe that she knows nothing. Was she abducted by aliens? I can't disagree. Remember when all creators wouldn't let you talk negatively about other creators? Now they have a whole shows dedicated to bashing other creators. Yeah. And I hope that's not directed at me, cool. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to open my door and allow her to come in so we can air it out and move the fuck on. That's literally all I want. I'm not gonna just say Tea Lady do that in her chat to Damn Grendel. Wouldn't let him participate in the chat. Mentioned Shar and how he can stay away. I felt really bad for Gren. It wasn't nice, and I guess she kind of raked Sarah over the coals yesterday as well. Sarah's a mod for some huge channels, and that is the only reason Sarah got a rent. She has been around these live chats for a very long time, and accusing her of being Chrissy, or it's just silly. That's just silly. You didn't know I split from Sunny? Well, I had my own channel going just for my podcast, and I just started covering Jack and Lily on live streams on this channel instead of doing Sunny lives. She had her hands full, she had Kent, and I was just going in a different direction, that's all. She's still my friend. Quite brilliant. I just like to put on record, I'm not against any other creator. I'm against anybody who pigeonholes me as something that I'm not, or just doesn't listen, or takes like a 30-second clip from a live stream and then runs around saying pro Daniel, pro, like, whatever. Watch me, don't watch me. If you don't watch me, don't. Then just don't talk about me. Whatever. If you have something to say, come and say it to me. Come and say it to me. It's been hard, Johnny, but thank you for mentioning. Thank you for mentioning that. It's all for the children, in my opinion. I feel like I betray creators when they quit getting along. I only watch the 5. I leave it if I hear bad things. It's probably not a bad way to be. It's absolutely okay to disagree. I still believe, in my opinion, that they all lied, but there is little bits of each of their stories has truth. I also believe the kids are still alive and someone knows where they are. It's good to have hope, honey. I honestly think, Charmaine, you are too fair, but good for you, as I don't think I could the way she slams people. I hate the way she treats people. Yeah. You go to any of the big channels and look at their moderators, Sarah's in there with her wrench. As we were all told yesterday and every other day, this will all get back to certain people, but I don't care. I am deeply disappointed and am taking a break from watching certain creator because you miss Sunny. I do too. She's taking a break. She said that she'll come up on my live stream whenever she has time, but she's not going to be doing lives for the time being. And nothing to do with Jack and Lily's case. Just, you know, she's got her own stuff. She's got her own stuff. Monsters of Sabotage is more of the same, in my opinion, setting up plausible deniability and defense strategies. Yeah, this is wild, isn't it? The creators are drama queens. DM and J are the other victims of the channels. They say it is for Jack and Lily, but they are all about their own channels and notoriety. But they are trying to build their channel. Yes, exactly, Shar. We all should be able to have our own opinions, but it seems Malehya side can't accept that. They get nasty. Nothing really said in there anyway. Not interested in seeing someone sit there responding to comments that we can't see or talking bad about people I care about. The snottiness has to go. The end. Gotcha. Has Sunny got burnout, Charmaine? You don't have to answer. No, she's not burnt out. She's working, and they're you know, she's got her own stuff. That's all. She's got her own stuff. And when it comes down to Jack and Lily's case, there's nothing new going on. So, you know, she tried to get on to the Nancy Guthrie, but again, that stalled really quickly too. So, you know, she has to feel it to support it, and she's just not feeling it anymore. Right? So, Darlene, good to see you. Thanks for watching from Melissa's channel. Yeah. I feel the same way now. It is all about her, completely biased as well. She has changed considerably. Anyways, okay. Do you have anything to say about all of that before we move on to Mike's video?
No, not really. I mean, I think at this point we just put the whole creator thing to rest for now. That's just for now. The offer is out there, but you know, there are creators that they are about the clicks and the views and the money or whatever that they make. And then you've got others that truly care about what happened to Jack and Lily and trying to find out what happened to Jack and Lily and are in it for the right reasons. So let's move on.
Right. And I would just like to say, but just because I'm saying that, you know, they have their channels, they're trying to get the views, they're trying to get their subscribers and all of that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. They still care about what happened to Jack and Lily. If they didn't, they'd be moving on to another case. Or, you know what I'm saying? We want... I think it's important to understand that for a lot of creators, especially the ones with the bigger channels, their channels are so big because they spend so much time making their content and keeping it flowing and keeping it interesting. And I'm thinking directly of Justin, Clutch Them Pearls. He covers a lot of cases. And I know that he has a job outside of YouTube, but he's still able to keep everybody up to date on numerous cases. YouTube is a big part of his, I don't even want to say career, but he does, this is something that he's dedicated to. He is taking courses and stuff to better his channel. So clicks, views, ads, donations, it's okay. It's okay. You guys, he's not doing it to make money off the backs of this case, and that's just the wrong way to think about it. He's putting time in. It does cost money to stream. He does a lot of the legwork, and I don't think he should be disparaged for doing what he does and for wanting the views and wanting the clicks and the memberships and the ads. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I don't, right? And hopefully you guys can get that. It's not making money off of these poor children. This is something that some of these people do. So, and I applaud them. I do. I watched YouTube obviously before I went on with Sunny, and I was one that would donate if I thought. If I appreciated the content and the effort, I would donate. And there were channels that I would never even dream of donating to. But anyways, I'm going to play this video now because I think, again, so people are going back through the Janie interview, which, you know what, mission accomplished. Because Anita who? It was an excellent distraction. It gave Janie a platform to say whatever she wanted to say, but it also gave us something to go back and look at and listen to, you know? And people like Mike MX is able to listen to this stuff and remember shit that she said before and ask questions in his videos respectfully. And I think this is fantastic. If you are for or against Anita, there has been fallout from it. You are not wrong. Yeah. Okay, let's watch this. Count yourself lucky. Tammy, I have no clue who Anita is. Good.
Gone for a little drive on Gairloch Road, and I've been thinking about Char's video where she it was a live stream about Janie had a call in, and another particular part of it that comes to mind is when Janie was talking about her interview, and this is the one on the CBC, and this interview, as she said, was 8 minutes, and they had her there, and it was like 2.5 hours of talking and footage, and it was cut down to 8 minutes, and the video ended up being 8 minutes and 39 seconds. But she had got, before the video came out, she had got a kind of a proof of it, as in a first copy, that she was that Ali sent her, Ali sent her this video, and she looked at it and she noticed that the bit about her brother calling her wasn't in it, and she says, you left out the most important part. And to me, first things first, that wasn't the most important part of that video. To me, the most important part of that whole video would have been remembering the fright of the children being missing, talking to Malehya in the yard. That would have been a number one, most memorable. But to Janie, the most important part was when her brother called her. Anyway, I'll put in this little clip from Charmaine, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I did 2.5 hour interview with Ali. We sat here, we talked for 2.5 hours. They gave me 8 minutes. 8 minutes. And she called me and she gave me the show before it was aired. And I told her, I said, you left out the most important part. I wanted you to show where my brother had called me. And she goes, oh, we didn't put that in, but I can edit it in. I said, yes, I said, edit it in, because that was what this here was all about. Where my brother called me. So she put that in. She left out a lot of details. A lot of details. So for 2.5 hours, they put it into 8 minutes.
Okay, so Janie seemed pretty upset about that clip about her brother being missing out of that 8 minutes of CBC interview. And let's just play that little clip that she insisted had to go in. We'll do that now.
My brother, Ron, called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town with him. And I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I said, I'm going back to bed.
So 2 minutes and 59 seconds of a call. And the call consisted of Ron saying, do you want to go to town with me? And Janie saying, no, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed. That particular bit of dialogue takes about 10 seconds. So what were they talking about for the other 2 minutes and we'll say 40 seconds? I can't help thinking everything's an act based around facts. And Janie's very first statement on the 2nd of May, the Friday, her statement read like this. She might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. before she talked to Ron. Okay? And 3 days later, Janie retracted what she said. She retracted that. And on May the 5th, that's when the timeline we know as it is at the minute was recorded in her second statement. This is Janie's call log screen, and Text Plus has its own call log screen that doesn't appear here. And it might be interesting to hear what Janie has to say about her Starlink and her apps. We'll just have a listen.
We have very little cell service in here in this trailer. We have like around this area. You may get a hit and miss in the window, but we go through it's through Starlink. We had an app on our phone. We have apps on our phone.
So Janie said, we had an app on our phone. We have apps on our phone. So which is it? Did she have a Text Plus account, and is it gone too? We know from the documents that Daniel and Malehya had their phones seized to get the records and the data. But as far as the documents go, there's no record of Janie's phone being seized. All there is a few screenshots of her call logs. I'll hope the RCMP have covered their bases and checked into all the data for the sake of Jack and Lily. Take care.
Yeah, I mean, good catch. And it's definitely something I'm going to write down as part of my, additional questions for Janie. Whether or not she answers them, I don't know. I have no idea. Ernestine, I assume you're behind and you're probably talking about the monsters of sabotage. And we have to remember who the information is coming from. So monsters of sabotage, like I said, I think it's pretty well known that Chrissy is part of it, private investigator, and she had access to people and information that we don't. And so it's still speculation, in my opinion. I don't think that they're making a mockery of the case. At the beginning, when all they were doing was attacking me or other creators, yeah, what a waste of time. But what's the difference? And I'm trying to give my unbiased opinion on monsters of sabotage. Even when they were coming at me, I wanted to know who it was, and I'm human, of course. I was pissed off, but I got over it. Is what it is. I just asked them, stop using my face. I'll stop reporting your videos. You stop using my face. Say whatever you want. I don't give a shit. But what's the difference, Ernestine, and everybody else? I'm just wondering that if I had all of the information that Monsters of Sabotage showed in that video, and I decided to do a live chat on it, and we were just talking, we were speculating, we were throwing shit out just to talk about it, but we're doing it in a live stream. What's the difference in me doing that, which maybe not me, but other creators, whatever, to them putting it in a 3 or 4 minute video? Does it have more credibility to it if there's a face sitting here talking to you about it? And I'm honestly wondering, what are your thoughts? Because now we have this other channel out there. It seems to be directly, basically doing the same thing Monsters of Sabotage did to me in the beginning, but their focus seems to be on shenanigans. I do not support or condone any kind of, bullying, but what's the difference? If I would never do that without saying this is speculation, this is what I heard, this is rumors, let's talk about it. I guess that's kind of something, because when we see it on a video, we think it's fact. Is that fair? And people are asking about Sunny. She's not sick anymore. She sounds just fine, but she works a full-time job, you guys, and she's got her husband, and they've got things going on in their life, and she's just literally taken a step back from YouTube for now. She'll be back. And she said she'd join me on a live stream, so it's all good. And I have another question too about for people here where I am. I do not have cell service. If I don't have my Wi-Fi turned on my phone and I step into this house, because it's basically, the frame is concrete. Okay, there's zero reception here. I have to stand or sit in the corner of the top deck to get cell phone reception, or go out into the driveway. But I don't need an app to text or anything. As long as I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, I can text, I can call, so what is the benefit of having, what was it, Text Plus? Maybe you guys can explain that to me, because I don't understand why you would need it, number one, and number two, why would Malehya delete that app immediately? Make that make sense. Do you have anything to say, Melissa? I have to cough.
Well, that's one thing That's one thing that bugged me, is the deletion of the app right away. Like, why did you feel the need to delete it immediately? Your kids weren't even missing 48 hours yet, and you're deleting apps that you use to communicate with people. That's something that bothered me. But I did want to say real quick, back on the creators thing and about the mods, there's mods. Like, I have a mod that mods for other channels, like bigger, better channels. Like, they're a mod because I trust them. They're a mod because I see how they are in other channels, and I trust them to do the same in mine. So for creators to attack a mod of Char's channel just because they're a mod of your channel is not right. They don't speak for you, and you don't speak for them.
What does this mean? I'll give everybody's well wishes to Sunny. I still talk to her, maybe once or twice a week. We check in with each other. It was a supposed text, not a call. Okay. But that's not my question. He shouldn't block anyone. I don't know who you guys are talking about. What's interesting is that Janie called the CBC to make sure they showed her screenshot of calls with her brother. That was important to Janie. Why was that important to Janie? Timeline? I'm speculating. What did it give us what benefit did it have? Cool. Maybe that's what we need to ask ourselves. Sorry, go ahead.
The only benefit I can see of her making sure that the CBC included that shot of her phone is to back up her timeline of what happened and what she says happened. That's the only thing I can think. But Mike brought up an interesting point. Why was that so important? And I think it's bad that, these mainstream medias will do this 2.5 hour interview, and then they'll condense it down. And it's like, just show me the whole thing. And I think that's why I like YouTube to get information from people, is we don't cut it down. We don't edit stuff out for the most part. For most of us, we show it, we talk about it, we let you guys make up your mind of how you feel and what you think about it.
The story of the corrections officer getting busted was what? Oh, yeah, right. I was replying in regards to school message, not the text plus info. Yeah. I just don't understand why. I'm not trying to imply anything here, but the questions go through my mind, and I think that it's reasonable to wonder, why would you delete an app when your children are missing just because you don't need it anymore? Do you know how many apps I have on my phone that I don't use anymore? I don't even, and the really messed up part of that is I've got this thing about notifications. I can't have a notification on my phone. Like, I have to get rid of the notification. So if I was smart, I would go through and delete these apps that give me notifications because I have a thing about notifications, but I don't, so to me, like, do you guys go in and delete apps like immediately if you don't need it? Do you just, is it maybe something that was like a bee in her bonnet and she was just like, fucking hate this app, I'm glad I never have to use it again, and just deleted it? Or was it something more? It's odd. In my opinion, I think people use text app to kind of hide some stuff, just like doesn't a text off another app disappear after you send it to others? Snapchat. Yeah. Snapchat pisses me off because my daughter, she uses that to send me pictures and videos of my grandkids. So I have to be really quick. When she sends something and it's super cute, I have to text her and say, send me the video. Otherwise, yeah, it's gone. I got waved at. Yeah, Diesel, where have you been? Thanks for being here, though. Part of her alibi? Maybe. It was important because the YouTubers were accusing her of lying about talking to her brother. I know that there was a point in time where we were all kind of wondering, because I believe she had told us, okay, that's not even true, because, okay, when she talked to the CBC reporter, Ali, she did her interview, and then there was a gap in time before it aired. But she didn't speak publicly until the private chat on July 13th and 14th, right? So before she even said anything in public, because if I'm not mistaken, she hadn't talked in public before, had she? Maybe I'm missing something. Like, I don't know if that would be so important to prove if she had never given a timeline at that point when that interview was being recorded. I don't know. Just questions. I have questions. Text app is probably a difference between iPhone and Android. My son can't text from his iPhone with Wi-Fi. He can't? Does he have his iMessages on? Because I can. Is that Harley? Where? Harley is... Let's see if I can do this. He's right there. Do you see him? That's Harley. And this is Harley. I don't know if this is what you're talking about. Oops. I can't do that and show Harley. I don't think. There's Harley. We can leave it like that. Harley is fine. He's not going to be happy with me tomorrow. He has to go on a long car ride. Trying to prove a timeline that hasn't changed? Maybe. Yes, let people make up their own minds. That's why we don't delete comments that don't go with our own beliefs. Right. And sometimes comments that shouldn't be made get missed. That's not my mod's fault. It's not even my fault. But come at me. Don't come at my mods. Melissa, you take over for a moment. I have a situation on my phone.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I personally delete apps if I haven't used them for like 6+ months, or if I run out of room and I need to like install a new app for something, usually a game app, not gonna lie. Let me see here. Let me go up. I don't know where Charmaine left off. She talked to Allie because of all the accusations. I would think so, yeah, because that's what she seemed to focus on to me. I delete apps all the time if not using them, yeah. But I also mute notifications from like Snapchat, Facebook. I mute notifications all the time because otherwise my phone would be blinging nonstop. Every time you use a text app, you get a new number. Yes. If you delete them, use it again. Yes. My ex-daughter-in-law used a text app. I don't remember what it was called though, but she would constantly have to tell me who she was because it was constantly a new number. Melissa, you are so lovely and caring. Oh, thank you. You and Charmaine make a great team. That's because of Charmaine. She was quiet until the accusations were so blatant. Listen to her interview. It's all about rebutting the YouTube crap. I agree. I've never used a text app. I'm electronically stunted. Yeah, I don't use text app. I have unlimited texting. Those who have my number can text me. But then again, no idea if this is true, as I don't see any teacher saying it myself. I don't know what that was about. Harley is adorable. That wasn't the question. She asked if we deleted apps after use. I do. I don't understand the rudeness. There's no need to be rude. We have to use Wi-Fi calling. I tried that once, and I will never do that again, because then my phone wanted to do it every time, and I was away from home, so I was using Wi-Fi, and it just kept wanting to do it, and it got irritating. I like deleting apps and cleaning up my phone. I'm one of those people, I don't delete text messages. I don't delete anything unless I absolutely have to. And then I'm very careful about what I delete. It's because she deleted the app while the kids were missing. That isn't normal, as deleting the app for most of us to save space is normal. I have to agree with that. And that's kind of what bugged me, is that she deleted it so quickly after the kids went missing. It just seemed like an odd time. If she deleted it knowing she wasn't going to need it anymore, how did she know she wasn't going to need it anymore? Like, that's where I am with that. Yes, I have my notifications muted and no notifications on most apps. Notifications stress me out. I'm right there with you. I can't stand it. Go through all your apps and delete notifications or change them. MSM, so mainstream media, needs to understand these short segments aren't what the consumer wants anymore. No, because we're used to having the longer things like what we do here. They can have short clips for the boomers watching the 6 o'clock news, but should have a long version for others. I agree. I mean, take the interview, edit out what you need to, like dead air or, something that's really not important or confidential, like addresses and stuff. But other than that, put it out as a longer video and then cut it down and show it on the news if that's what you want to do. But I really, really hate that they edit it the way they do. And the best example of that was this last round that they did, where Cheryl and Cyndi, and I can't think of the other girl's name, were on. And give me the long format. Stop splitting it up. Instead, they split it up into 6 different videos. Just give me the long form. Just stop with the short crap. My understanding is people who use those text apps are usually teens or people on dating apps, possibly, or people who do illegal things, put it that way. Welcome in, Tim Lou. Good evening, coming in late. Nice to be here with you, Charmaine, Melissa, Mods, and everyone here. Welcome in. Thank you for those that are in my stream. We see both comments, so I can't use my phone in my rural area without Wi-Fi. There's no signal without it, but I'm trying to move to town, so no more Wi-Fi payment. I don't know. I like that with my phone service, there's very few places I do not have service. Very few. Maybe that app is the one she used for her side jobs, if you know what I mean. Maybe. We don't know. She deleted it. And even if she were to put them, reinstall it, does that put all that information back, or is it lost? That's something, I'm sure Major Crimes RCMP has looked into that. So, I mean, that's what I would wonder. I just sat, deleted apps I communicated with my ex Monday morning. I didn't want to read. He tried to send me, mind you, I have no missing children. Exactly. That's the point that I was trying to make. It was the timing with the kids missing. Char doesn't appreciate being called a boomer. Probably not. I think she's probably Gen X, along with probably most of us. I'm trying to catch up here, so if I miss any, sorry. Yeah, see, I'm not a boomer. I'm handing it back over to you.
Gotcha. I wasn't paying attention to your mute button. That's how I know when she's done, she mutes herself. That's exactly how I said it, Damien. I am not a boomer. Anyways, thanks for that, Ron. Close. Swing and a miss. I starred a couple of comments. I don't know why this one is starred, but did I talk about this? Why would Daniel be there in the background during Janie's interview? Pretty sure I did. I explained that I'm pretty sure that Janie still has me blocked because when she phoned me, she used Daniel's account to Facebook call me. And then I had to send the link to the StreamYard to Daniel's Facebook Messenger for Janie to join. That's the only reason why I believe it was Daniel. I wasn't there. I don't know for sure, but you know. Process of elimination, I guess, 1 + 1. Maybe it was a way for Daniel to anonymously contact her. The Text Plus app, maybe. And maybe she was cutting off all contact, maybe. In the Monsters of Sabotage interview with Hidden in the Fog, anyone hear about this teacher contacting Malehya after she excused the kids from school? Has this been verified? So I did hear that. Very interesting. It was at 9 a.m. or something like that the school called to verify, and Malehya told them that they're sick, didn't say they were missing. Or 9 or 9:45 or can't remember exactly. Has it been verified? Wouldn't it be great to be able to get one of the teachers to talk? But I do believe, and I don't know for sure, but it sounds to me like Monsters of Sabotage, the private investigator, may have had one of the teachers talking to them. It's possible, but not verified. I delete apps when I'm done with it. You are very organized and I am jealous. I have a thing with notifications too, but it's OCD for me. It's got to be something like that because I can't handle it. I don't want to listen to my voicemails, but I'll let them play so I can delete it. I don't think Malehya knew they were missing until hours after she sent that message to the school app on the 2nd of May. Yeah, CJ, it was 6/17, 6/18. She marked the kids absent on the school app, a different app. But now the accusation is, I guess it's an accusation. The rumor is that the school called to verify sometime between 9 and 10. I delete apps when I run out of space to install new apps. Fair enough. I used to when I had a phone with little space, but now I just got the 512 gigabyte phones or whatever. Yeah, I get that. Joe Neal has an OnlyFans. Maybe he can hook us up with his link. In the United States, it is illegal for teachers to share info about their learners. In Canada as well, it's all protected under our Privacy Act. So if there was a teacher talking, it definitely would have been anonymous and off the record. Can you ask Sunny Char, can you ask Sunny on one of her days off if she will join you and Melissa one day to chat with us? Absolutely. She told me the other day she will. And now I'm 35 comments behind. Awesome. That's right. We did. There is an amazing Gen X video. If you're on my Facebook, go check it out. I've shared it. And it's a good one. It explains how latchkey kids, that's us on steroids, raised ourselves and our younger siblings. Thanks for being here, paramedic. Good to know. I drink a Red Bull Miralax smoothie every day. That's disturbing. Yes, young people delete apps and use free apps all the time. Good to see you, Sean. Thanks for being here. It's interesting. I guess. Because the bigger the storage, the more expensive the phone. So, I mean, that tracks. All of my interviews, they did the same thing. They left out a few very important things out. Wasn't happy. When were you interviewed? That would be great, but they are, it is privileged information, so maybe it was for her and her mom, maybe. Tam, no need to miss your big hair. You do you. Do the big hair. I do it sometimes. I do it. I call it, I won't tell you what I call it, but I do my 70s hair sometimes. I do hope the teachers do talk because they spent a lot of time with them as long as they were at school. But they missed so much school, too much, yeah. And I had asked a few different family members if they had any, like, how kids, they'll bring home artwork that they do at school or like a sample of their handwriting and stuff like that. And I asked if they had anything that they would hang on their fridge or anything that would, I think I asked on Jack's birthday, and then I asked again for Lily's birthday. Crickets. And I think there was a reason for this, but I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was thinking about reaching out to the school myself, and then I reminded myself about Canada and the Privacy Act, and I don't like wasting my time or my breath. Damien, Gen X has seen it all, rotary phones to smartphones and everything in between, right? Oh my goodness, I thought I was caught up.
So.
Yes, please.
While you're catching up on comments real quick. So I was born in 81, so technically I'm not Gen X, but I am because I was raised Gen X. But I remember getting in trouble because my grandma had a party phone with the neighbors, and any of you Gen Xers, boomers, you know what a party phone is. You little ones, I don't know how to explain it. Everybody shares a line. Well, as a kid, I would pick up the phone and I would keep my fingers in my hand over the mouthpiece so nobody could hear me, and I would spy on the neighbors. My grandma would get so mad at me. She threatened to whip me with a switch more than once because I kept spying on the neighbors. But that was my way of getting information that I needed, clearly. But yeah, we've seen it all. I seen a payphone the other day and was super excited because it actually worked.
I have heard a myth about the old school party phones, but the fact that you were born in 81 disturbs me. I had no idea that you were borderline Gen X. I was born in 74, so you listen to your elders, young lady. So did you know that it's recently come out that there's actually no reason for a doctor to manually check your prostate? Is that a fact? That's some funny shit. I am not telling any man that ever. Ever, ever. Party line, you remember the party line? I'd heard myths, never seen one. Here's a couple. Sorry. Did anyone else hear that Lily was crying at school and begging a teacher to not make her go home? That she was crying and saying, my mommy hates me and she hates my brother. Please don't make me go. So, Angelina, this is another claim made by Monsters of Sabotage. And like I said, this is from, like I said, I think it's common knowledge that it's the private investigator who I do believe had access to a teacher, but it's unverified. Unverified. And will never be verified because of what Polly G said here. The teachers won't talk too politically correct and don't want to lose pensions, right? And it does violate our Privacy Act. It really does. Mike MX is so peaceful to listen to. He reminds me of our trip to Ireland last summer. I so loved this country and the people. Yeah, big blow. I had the bangs. I had it all going on. The bangs, the tall boots, the whole. I was that 80s girl. Do you really? The East Coast must have been behind the times because there was never a party line when I was a kid. Like I even had my own phone line in my bedroom when I was a teenager. And people are remembering party lines. That's wild to me. Rural areas still had them for longer than the rest. I'm born in 73, never had it, but my son's dad lived really rural fishing village. My little house was there. My little house there was used by party line operator. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Oops. Quebec. We only got rid of the party line at my great-grandmother's 5 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. I remember the party lines, but I was born in Ontario. Interesting. That is so interesting. I don't either. Like, I heard rumors about it. Melissa, you have to take over for a couple of minutes.
Okay, yes. So the party lines, basically you had a phone in your house and you had a set number of rings or whatever, and that's how you know it was your call and not your neighbor's call. But you could actually like pick up the phone and hear the neighbors. That was my entertainment as a child. And I was like, I don't know, 9, maybe 10, somewhere in there. That was my entertainment. Used to chat on MSN, yes, and others. And like I remember, what was it, MySpace and all that when that first came out, and dial up, and that sound still haunts my dreams. I hate that sound. I remember Mom would get these little discs in the mail, and that's how we had internet, because we'd use the free disc and then we'd get another one. Yeah, it was it was interesting. Not only had party line share, I did not, but my best friends up the road did. I think I may be psychic like Birdman. I foresee being someone's next topic of conversation in her next live. Didn't take long for someone to screenshot my comments. Unfortunate. Sorry. Age doesn't matter, love and care does. No matter who or what age anyone is, caring is what really matters. Exactly. Yes, I don't remember from where though. Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing that, but I don't remember if it was a Monsters of Sabotage video or if it was somebody else, but I remember hearing of that. Next, Shar is going to tell us she doesn't know what a rotary dial is. Dude, that was the second phone in the house, okay? That was Those, you get mad at somebody, you could slam the receiver down, okay? And I liked it when people would keep calling. I'd just take it off the hook and leave it off the hook. The problem was after a little bit, you'd get that really annoying sound. So I'd have to hang it back up and then take it back off the hook. I miss those days. It's not the same when you just hit end call as slamming down the receiver, okay? It's just not. I've never heard of monsters of sabotage until today. All right, I'm turning it back over to you.
I just wanted to make sure that I said happy birthday to Annie. Annie, are you okay? That's a true Gen Xer thing to do. Michael Jackson. Hell yeah. 76. I was wondering because you posted that before and I think it said 75 and I was like, wait a minute, if I'm 52. But anyways, happy birthday. Enjoy 50. Doesn't get any better. Hate to scare you, but it sucks. And yeah, that's all I want to say about that. And I do so know what a rotary phone is. We had rotary phones, but we also had the push button phones and the phones with the long cords that hung on the wall in the kitchen. You could go like, my dad used to trip out because I'd like pull the phone cord all the way around to get to the other room and he'd bitch about his corners and his paint and stuff. But those are the days. Or wrap yourself around, like be spinning in circles while you're talking away. Those were the days. Me too, Char. Spiral perms, streaks, teasing, big bangs, scrunching, banana clips, salon selectives, bubblegum jeans, jelly shoes, Peter Pan boots, short cowboy boots, high-waisted jeans, red tab Levi's. Don't forget, there's a couple of things that you're missing. Let me think. The big bangs, for sure. Spiral, yeah. Sun in, the shit that would turn your hair orange. I was all over that. Yeah. 80s was the way to go. Absolutely. Pinky, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
So I remember you said spiral perms. First of all, jelly shoes were the worst. Those gave me blisters and I hated those suckers. But I have naturally curly hair. And I told my mom, I was like, I don't know, second grade, third grade maybe. And I told my mom I wanted a perm and she's like, it's not going to work with your hair. And I kept on her. I wanted this perm because a friend of mine in school had these gorgeous natural like spiral perm curls. And I thought in my lovely young brain that it was going to come out like that. Instead, I walked around looking like a poodle for a year, trying everything I could to get those stupid curls out of my hair because I turned into a fluff ball.
That's funny. And of course, I needed the perm too. And we used to be able to buy these home perm kits. Got really good at that. Acid wash jeans. Hell yeah. Yep. Oh, the 80s. Yes. Ron Mexico, I have 2 jean jackets. Thank you. It's hard to let go. And I listen to Hair Nation religiously and the 80s on 8. So, phone booth. I saw a phone booth the other day. There's one somewhere in BC. I seen it. Yeah. So, Levi's jeans. Yeah. Big parachute pants. Remember the big parachute pants with the big pockets on the sides? Yeah. So we've kind of strayed away from Jack and Lily, and I'm kind of wide leg pants, sure. Bell bottoms? Hell no. No, Darlene. Never. If you gave me a set of bell bottoms in the 80s, I would have cried. No way. The tighter to your ankle, the better. And then you roll them up and have the scrunchy socks, the slouchy socks, the leg warmers, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Smoking in your bedroom? Same. Or in the bathroom? Yeah. Tie-dyed? Yeah. Yep. I do. Yeah. Prince was when I was younger, Prince and Michael Jackson. I was all about Prince and Michael Jackson. And then when I became a teenager, I was kind of, one of those hairband kids. I think we were called bangers back in the day. Yep. Oh, good times. It's good to see, like, there's so many of us here. I think that's why we're so tolerant. And maybe we're not tolerant. We just know how to shut the fuck up. Maybe that's the difference. It was awesome. Bitch, untangling the cord. It certainly was. My dad used to get so mad at me. Cigarette vending machines. They still have them in some of the biker bars in small pubs and stuff. But you got to plunk in $21 to get a pack of cigarettes out of them. Like craziness. Yes, Time Warp is always good. Platform shoes, awesome. My mother holding me in her lap in the car when she smoked, and it wasn't a big deal. Actually normal, yeah. Or driving around in the back seat of my dad's car, no seatbelt, just standing up, looking out the back window. It's very, very different times for sure. It's why you don't, we aren't pussies, exactly. But, music from the 80s, yes. Chilliwack, REO Speedwagons, yes. Love it all. That's awesome. Okay. I think a lot of Gen Xers I know personally are just numb. Yeah. To the bullshit. Aw. Yeah. Riding in the back of pickup trucks for sure. It's pretty awesome. Love reminiscing. There are a few TikTok creators, I guess, who are from the 80s, and their stuff is all so very relevant. What is this, Melissa? You want me to put this up?
There is me after I had spent 8 months, give or take, trying to get that dang spiral perm out of my hair. Like I said, fluff ball.
Since we're being all nostalgic and stuff, why don't you take over while I look for my 80s picture?
I figured you guys could use a good laugh. I know, right? It's hilarious. Mine is, chats are going fast here. Mine is 1961. My son was born in 87, my oldest. I was like, I don't know. I consider myself Gen X, even though I miss it by a year, because I'm Gen X. Get over it. I was raised Gen X, and my dog is going off tonight. I had a Jerry curl.
All right, I'm going to do this, and if you guys make fun of me forever, I don't care. I had 4 older brothers, and I get to hear about it every time this picture gets passed around at family gatherings. So here you go. Don't say I never do nothing for you. I have zero pride. Here you go. Boom. There she is, back in the day. Nice hair. Yeah, that's me. You need a bigger screen for your hair, Lynn? That's funny shit. Yeah, so anything else anybody wants to talk about? Sorry, yeah, hair's always been my thing. I spend so much money on my hair, and I always have. And then I went blonde for a number of years, and then trying to get it back to my nice chestnut brown has been a bitch. But yeah, So look similar roots. I'd love to see it. Send me, my email is taken across the bottom. Send me your best 80s/90s hair photos. Do it. Aquanet stock, absolutely. Did you use the pick comb? No, my hair was too long for the pick comb. Very rarely brushed my hair. It always was fingers because the curl. And wasn't a curling iron either, Ron. You guys won't believe me when I tell you, but here it is. I'm going to give the secret away, and it will still work for you. Tam, if you're still here, you want to do the big hair, I'm going to give you a tip. Get yourself a book and some hairspray and a blow dryer. What you're going to do is you're going to put your bangs on the book straight out. And you're going to soak it with hairspray, and then you use your blow dryer and blow that bitch until it is stiff. Then what you do is you take it and you back comb it, and you keep back combing it, and you keep back combing it, and then you spray it, and you make sure it's all curled backwards. No curling iron involved. A book, hairspray, and a blow dryer, period. That's it. And if you run out of hairspray, sugar and water, hairdressers will not be happy with you. I did get in shit one time, but there it is. That is the secret to the perfect 80s/90s hair. Because I believe in this picture I was grade 10, so that would have been like 1990. Very flammable. Thank you. Yeah, my poor hair. Yeah. And then I turned it into like a bleach ball for a good 20 years. So getting it back has been a challenge. Melissa, did you take your picture away? I was going to put it back up just for kicks before we leave here today. I sure did. Didn't even bother me.
Yep.
You took it away? Are you laughing at me right now?
I'm laughing at all of us at this point. We turned into a reminiscence sesh for Gen X.
Yeah, I love that too. Awesome. Okay. All right, you guys. I am going to end it here. And hopefully everybody has a fantastic day. Like I said, I'm going to see my grandbabies. I'll let you know on my community if I'm going to be any longer than a few days. But yeah. Ian is here, so I'm gonna go. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you, Melissa, for being with us today, and don't forget to watch. What an asshole. Don't forget to watch the replay on Melissa's live so that she gets her watch time hours. Okay, everybody? Have a great night. Bye.